She still writes for our WTTW News website, but Hedy Weiss hasn't been on Chicago Tonight since February of 2020. That's because we all know what happened soon after. As the world shut down for COVID, so too did music halls, dance venues, and of course theaters. And now they're slowly coming back, slowly but surely that is. And joining us again finally is Hedy Weiss. Hedy, great to see you. Welcome back.
Oh, great to see you too, Paris. I wish I was in the studio, but that's okay.
Hopefully soon we'll have you here, but you have been in person at some performances over the last few weeks. How has that felt?
Well, the one thing I sort of had to hold back was to shout that line from the Frankenstein film, "It's alive," because the audience was alive and the performers were alive, and most of them were not covered in masks, so they could actually breathe and you could see their facial expressions. So it was a revelation and it was wonderful.
It's just something magnetic about being in person around other people, witnessing a performance at the same time. And you witnessed the American Ballet Theater at Millennium Park. Tell us about that performance.
I did. It's part of a series that they're doing. It's a bus and truck tour, which is unusual for them. They usually have hotels and all the rest. But they are going to a variety of cities, and they stopped on the stage of Grand Park, the Pritzker Pavilion, and they did 4 small works. A very mixed program, because I think they knew that it was a general audience, not maybe the audience that would have gone to the auditorium theater to see them. And so there were 2 pieces that were classical on point shoes and 2 pieces to jazz. And the audience was packed. It was all the way out on the lawn. The weather was beautiful, and it was a great thing to see.
So kind of like a greatest hits of ballet, and
actually some new pieces specifically done. Well. Yeah, specifically done for this kind of performance. I think they knew what they needed to do. The one distracting thing was that it was videoed, and there was a huge video that kind of magnified it for the audience that was sitting on the lawn, and it was very distracting because it was kind of looking at a grandiose Zoom rather than the live performers.
We've had enough of Zoom, as you and I both know. All right, let's move on up to Ravinia, the first true season for the new conductor, Marin Alsop. How has she fit in conducting the CSO at Ravinia?
Well, she's been conducting it for a number of summers, but she actually got the title, and she's the curator, and she's doing some interesting programming. The first one opened with the Star Spangled Banner, and everybody was happy to sing that together. And then she programmed a piece by a female conductor called Fanfare for an Uncommon Woman, which was kind of an homage to Copland, but also very much its own thing, feminist. And then it went on to an absolutely brilliant performance by a pianist who has roots in both Mexico and in Chicago. His name is Jorge Osorio, and he played a fabulous Mozart concerto with the orchestra. They were in beautiful sync, and then they closed with a Beethoven symphony. And I have to say that the CSO, which has been playing on Zoom in various capacities, they have not lost a thing. They are fantastic.
As I understand, they close with Beethoven 7, which is
Beethoven 7,
monumental symphony that I've seen.
It is, but the interesting thing was that it was actually very intimate and very delicate, and it was an interesting interpretation.
I've seen it done at the CSO, big and grand and loud and fast.
And,
so that
yes, and bombastic kind of.
Yeah.
And this was, I would say, I mean, it had a ton of energy, but it was an interesting interpretation.
All right, let's move back down to Millennium Park. The Grant Park Music Festival, free music festival, is back at Millennium Park. I was there for the 4th of July program. How was your experience?
Right. Well, I passed on the 4th of July, and I went to a standard concert. Unfortunately, the weather was not great, and that's the problem with outdoor things. In the middle of Samuel Barber's beautiful string elegy, it was pouring down and people were moving and it was distracting. But the musicians in the Grand Park Festival Orchestra are terrific. They opened with a Vivaldi piece, and they had the chorus up on risers. And it was, and then they closed with a Brahms symphony. And the conductor, Carlos Calmar, is fantastic about, he knows that it's a more popular audience again than the traditional concert hall. And he did a really engaging introduction to each piece that I think really helped the audience.
He did that. For 1812, he came out and talked about how it had nothing to do with the United States when Tchaikovsky wrote it for
Right.
Russia. It was quite humorous and quite funny. You usually don't hear conductors talk like that in between songs. So what are you looking forward to either the rest of this summer or the fall?
Right. Well, I'll just tell you one thing. I wanted to just call out Garrick Olson, the pianist, who gave a solo concert of Brahms before the opening of the CSO the day before. And I felt really badly for him because, you know, there are 3,500 seats at Ravinia. And he had, what did he have? He had like maybe 250 people in the audience. So that was kind of sad. What am I looking forward to? Well, I'm looking forward to Maestro Riccardo Muti coming back in September for his residency there. And I think he's really looking forward to it. I think he's terribly homesick in a way, although he's in Italy, which
He's
is
in
not so
Ravenna,
bad.
Italy. I mean, there are worse places to be quarantined.
Yeah. Right, you could have the pandemic in another place. That wouldn't be half as nice. But I think he really misses his orchestra, and they are going to do the usual variety of pieces. And then they just announced a great season for the rest of the time, October, November, and a lot of holiday shows. So I think they're gearing up. If everyone wears their mask, we might be able to continue to go to the live performance.
All right, a lot to look forward to, and we look forward to more reviews from you. And for more arts and entertainment, visit the Chicago Summer Festival Guide on our website. And once again, our thanks to Hedy Weiss. Great to see you.
Thanks, Paris.